Okay, time now to recap what's been trending on social media. FlySAfair and Sary Khumalo have been high trends or trending topics this week. Joining me now is social media expert Yavi Madure. Yavi, very good morning. Good to have you with us. Let's talk about, before we recap, I want to talk about something that happened this morning that you noticed that's been trending on Twitter. Helen Zille is at it again. I'm just going to read this tweet. This is from your phone, by the way. Just, skip some of the other stuff. And she goes to say, she's talking about black privilege here, and she says it's been a black privilege, I quote now, is being able to loot a country and steal hundreds of billions and get re-elected.
Yes.
What's the response?
That was Helen Zille yesterday. So the response, as you can imagine, has been, in social media words, lit. So people have obviously come back. The two hashtags that are trending is actually hashtag black privilege, hashtag white privilege, because that's where it started. So that was her response. Tuli Madonsela has actually come back in a formal response to be able to say to her that for her to be able to make or quote something like that, to be able to say something like that, she needs to apologize in short. So people have, it trended within minutes. So within 45 minutes, it was #1 trending in South Africa from the time she had tweeted that out. So this weekend is going to create all kinds of discussion, because people tend to, it's been a long week. Fridays, they're probably out partying. Today and tomorrow, we're going to see that really grow and become a general topic of conversation, not just on Twitter. I don't know whether she understands the country she lives in. That's true too. Anyway, let's talk about FlySAfair and a beauty vlogger. Mihlali Ndamase. What happened between these two? So a beauty influencer, went on, was traveling on SAFair with a few of her friends. They were called out for being noisy, apparently, and racist comments about them behaving like animals, etc., etc. So this is what she had put up after she traveled, while she was traveling, or whatever the case is. And this tour then started to go, and obviously because she's an influencer, she's got a lot of followers. So SAFair then responded and said that they would investigate. Obviously, because of her positioning, being a beauty influencer, being a beauty vlogger, she's got a lot of videos and content. So the memes, in inverted commas, started to take over from a social media perspective. It then became a race discussion with the underlying tone of, types of people. So like these pseudo-celebrity, these are the comments that are being thrown around on social media. Who do they think they are, etc., etc. So these were the sentiments and verbatim some of the comments that were being put out. But SAFair have come back and said that they will investigate. Both parties have agreed that any form of discrimination is not acceptable in this country or anywhere. So that's where it is. The reason why it trended was purely because of who she is and the kind of content that she puts out, and people using that now to be able to come up with, sarcasm, memes, and those kind of things. Because
she says, and I quote, "My friends and I were called animals by these people on FlySAfair because we were being loud on the flight." Those are her words. Okay, we'll move on from that one. Let's talk about Sary Khumalo and her achievement. But maybe before that, tragedy has struck. Her camp with I think one of her co-climates is missing, and one passed away as well.
So obviously this, there was euphoria during the week in terms of her summiting after many attempts. It wasn't her first attempt. After a few attempts, she's been a climber since 2012. So all of this has been documented from a social media perspective and from a general media perspective. People had then said, so I think you had a commentator on talking about, what was going to be so there's euphoria now at the top of the mountain. The descent is actually quite tricky, and that becomes possibly the most critical part of the summiting. And now we've seen the unfortunate events that have played out. So obviously this story will probably trend for all these reasons going into the week ahead, unfortunately.
She's been amazing, though, because she's been climbing mountains for the past 7 years. And as you said, this was not her first attempt as well. So, I mean, she's done amazing well. Her resilience.
Black Africa, absolutely. And to be able, and it's when you look at the kind of things that have gone into this into this climb, and she does it for charitable reasons. She doesn't even do it just for the ego.
Okay, fantastic stuff. So well done to her. And unfortunately, two of her co-climbers have passed away. Thank you so much.